Today we are going to talk about building your dream home with new construction loans and the building process. Hello, this is David Xie with the Xie Mortgage Team. Let's talk about building a home and how that typically works. And we'll talk about what timeframes to kind of expect and what the cost is, how to choose your home builder, how to go through the entire building process, and then finally the mortgage options that are available for you. So number one, the average time that it takes to build a new construction in the US is about 7.7 months. And that's going to be varying based on supply chain, different climate conditions that may affect you, whether it be rain, sleet, snow, or just over like a lot of heat, and what time of year you kind of begin your build. So beginning in the winter time is typically good because production's down a little. However, you're dealing with the elements, whether it be snow or sleet or rain, and then just kind of be prepared for all of this during the process. When we start going through all of this, we really need to start preparing for the cost that's kind of at the root of the build. So what is the average cost? And based on the US average in 2022, a 2,000 square foot house is going to be right around $284,000 to build, which is about $144 per square feet. And the land is going to be held separately, and that's going to all vary based on the price that you pay for the land and where you want to live. Different pieces of land cost a lot more, and certain lands cost less. If you're picking your land, another thing to really consider is, let's say you're building on the side of a hill or a mountain, right? There's going to be a little more excavation work that needs to be done. If you're going to be building in the woods, there's going to be a lot of clearing that you may have to clear it before you can build. So you should take all of this stuff into consideration and also shop for your homeowner's insurance, know what your taxes are, and all the permit fees that are included when you're looking to build a home and who's going to be handling all of this. Now that we've gotten all of that out of the way, let's talk about how do we find a home builder. The first thing that you can do is you can always ask a friend, you can ask a real estate agent, you can ask anyone in the different local builders associations in your local area, or you can go to a site like Trust Builders to kind of search for recommendations on home builders, desired areas, or go to like maybe local builders associations once you have found the trust builder that you kind of want to work with, and just get like a review from them, or go to Better Business Bureau and kind of look up any complaints or anything that may be filed against the builder. Once you've kind of picked your builder, the things to really look forward to when you go through the process, when I say look forward to, there's a lot of things that the lender's going to require from you. And some of those documents may be documents that you're only going to think that you need to keep for yourself, but you really need to share it with the lender. And those are the construction agreement between you and the contractor. All of your draw documentation, okay? What the draw schedule is, when they expect to get paid for certain things at certain steps of the process. An accounting summary to kind of show how the funds are going to be allocated, including any principal reduction for anything that's left over from the original construction loan. You're going to need documentation to kind of evidence like the final sign off from the borrower, showing that all work has been completed and according to your satisfaction as the borrower. You're satisfied with the work, you're okay with the construction quality and everything, and you're okay with what's being put in. Any change orders will have to be given to us as well. Anytime you have any changes, like you want to put maybe a double vanity instead of a single vanity, that has to be accounted for, and that's going to kind of come out of your reserves that we typically put aside. Now, I would also ask for different home builder quotes. Everyone's going to have like different cost per build, right? Whether they're going to subcontract a lot of stuff out, or whether they're they're a specialist in doing these type of work. Or even like today, I went out and bought some material, and I called a lot of the smaller places that build, and they didn't have this material that I was looking for. And then when I went directly to a big name contractor, they were able to get it overnight from the same suppliers that I've been calling, and they said they didn't have it. Calling around the different home builders and getting different quotes, I think is a big key. You're shopping for your loan. You typically shop for everything that you buy. Why not shop when you're buying one of the biggest investments of your life? After you've kind of purchased or found the home builder that you want to work with, we have to identify the lot, whether it's a lot for a custom home or a lot for a production home. That's going to vary. When you're doing a custom home, you're involved in every step of the process, from the architectural side and design side to the minute things like what type of grass seed goes out in the yard. Whereas a production home, they're going to come predetermined in the box, and this is what you get for the price. And if you want any upgrades, this is the cost that's associated with the upgrades. While they're going through the process, some of the things that you're kind of looking for is we're looking for 90% completion before we go and put the final loan on. So what does that mean for you? In the first phase of the build, which is the first 60 or 70% of the build, they're doing the footing, the foundation. The walls are formed, the exterior wood walls and everything. The foundation's poured. If there's any rough framing that needs to go, that typically goes up. Anything such as plywood, OSB sheathing, that typically goes up. And, the exterior walls, the roof goes up, the windows, the exterior, all that stuff goes up. And we're still not at the phase to where we're going to do the permanent financing yet until we get inside and the electrical, the plumbing, the water lines, all the vents are installed, the drywall, the fixtures, the trim, the walkways, the landscaping. And when we get to 90%, that's when we start with the permanent financing part of your loan. When the build is complete, you are going to do a final walkthrough with the builder to kind of see if there's anything that's missing, anything that was on the work orders that did not come through or meet your satisfaction, and then they can kind of go through and fix it. Even with new constructions, I would highly recommend a home inspection just to get that second set of eyes, because these are professionals that are out there that know the home building aspect of everything that you're looking at, and they're going to give you their opinion, professional opinion, on what needs to potentially be worked on. So now that the build is complete, you're going to do your final walkthrough with your builder to kind of see if there's anything that needs to be changed or fixed. Then there will be a final inspection that you will kind of go through with your builder to start the process of officially closing on the home. This is where I would recommend a home inspection. The home inspection is an additional cost. However, now you're getting another professional opinion. And keep this in mind, right? You're spending a lot of money on this house. To spend an extra $300 to $700 for another home inspector to kind of go through, just to ensure that everything's good, is definitely key. I've been in situations where people have moved into new construction homes and experienced issue after issue because half of the work that's done on most of these are not done by the builder themselves. It's done by their crew, or it's been subcontracted out. So now that we've kind of gone through what the production part of it is, the identifying part, let's go into the mortgage options. The mortgage options are key. So you've heard me kind of mention here that there's going to be a construction phase and then a permanent phase after 90%. Now, when we're doing these loans, we have two ways of doing these loans. We can do the traditional route, which is a construction loan and then a permanent financing loan. That's called a two-time close, okay? And the thing about those is, yeah, it's good, but it's traditional for a reason, right? It's traditional because that's how people always have done it. And that's how everyone kind of understands it. However, it's costlier, okay? It's a two-time close. So the construction part to basically finance the construction of the home until it's 90% complete is in place to kind of help you go through the building process. And then you got to go through another process to kind of finalize it on the permanent loan. Now, with that, it's good. However, it does require 2 times the closing cost, okay? It's not any cheaper. So that's where the one-time close is going to be a game changer here. The one-time close constructions have basically taken over the traditional construction loans, and it's a one-time close. You're going to close on this loan prior to construction. We're going to get all the documents from the builder. We're going to vet them, make sure everything's good, and then we're going to simultaneously do both loans at the same time, so your construction and your permanent financing. However, we are going to re-verify documents prior to the permanent financing close. However, with this, you're only paying one time the closing cost. So if your lender is not offering you a one-time close construction, definitely shop around. We always talk about wholesale versus retail. Definitely shop around. Going through a wholesale mortgage lender like ourselves allows us to basically shop for you to get you the best terms, the best product, and the best speed that's going to fit your needs. I'd love to help you with this. My name is David Xie. I'm with the Xie Mortgage Team. My phone number is 757-478-8493, and I'd love to hear from you. I'm just saying. Talk to you later. Bye.